How's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode of ManLikeMurray. And we're back. Now, I was supposed to be taking a couple of days break over Christmas and Boxing Day, which in the end turned out to be about a 2-week break. We'll put that behind us and get started with the episode. And we start things off by taking a look at the upgrades we made from the last episode. And in our championship side, I decided to upgrade the right winger position to Aidan McGeady because he's got the 5-star skill moves and really good dribbling, and I think he'll add a lot to this team. And in the English side, we upgraded to Lewis Baker because he's got 5-star weak foot, he's good at taking set pieces, and he's very good at passing the ball. And we go into the first game of the episode and come up against a fairly low chemistry side, although he does have a few Southampton players getting some green links. But I thought in this match I could get a result. Now this guy had some dangerous players like Sofiane Feghouli, but I thought I'd be able to handle them as I've been defending well. And we would in fact take the lead as we get very lucky, and apparently that's an own goal. I think it should have gone down as a Glenn Murray goal, but it took a deflection off the goalkeeper, and because the game counts it as an own goal, I won't count it as an upgrade. But if I had to make the decisions, I would have given that goal to Glenn Murray, because I believe he did all the work there. And I'm not sure if the shot would have found its way in if it hadn't had the touch from the keeper. It's kind of hard to see from the angle the game showed. But you win some, you lose some, and the game decided it was an own goal. So no upgrade, but we take the lead. Now, we then get a penalty in the 33rd minute for what looked like a little bit of a soft tackle. In fact, when it showed the replay, it looked more like a dive. And of course, the man steps up to take it, Glenn Murray. And where did we put it? We ran up to the ball. I didn't have the arrow, so I thought, let's put it somewhere central-ish. And the keeper managed to get a save, but we tucked away the rebound, making it 2-0 and giving us our first upgrade of the episode. And things were looking good at this point. This guy hadn't really challenged me too much, and I'd been dominating the match. And it's actually very unlucky for this guy, as his keeper probably should have done a bit better when he saved the penalty. Now, this guy wasn't completely out of it, as he had a bit of a reply, as just before the half-time mark, he played the ball into Gaston Ramirez, who slotted the ball away with a very good left-footed finish, and in fact the guy would level the game up, as he plays the ball across the box, my keeper can't get to it, and Iago Aspas does just enough to get a foot to it and level the match up, making it 2-2 in a game where I'd been dominating and I really shouldn't have let it slip. But as always in this series, we had an answer, and Alex Pritchard goes through on goal and places it low under the keeper, and because Glenn Murray got the assist for that goal, that is the second upgrade for the English side. And it's a very good low finish past Loris Karius, and he had absolutely no chance of saving it. And then Pritchard plays the ball to Glenn Murray, and I decide, why not? Let's hit it. And you'll never guess what. Glenn Murray, the man, the myth, the legend, puts the ball in the top corner, giving us a third upgrade for this match, and completely putting this game to bed by giving us a 4-2 lead. And we responded so well to this guy drawing things level. 2 goals in quick succession to finish him off. And that's one of the best goals Glenn Murray scored for us so far in this series. But we weren't done there. His goalkeeper came up for a corner late on, and Glenn Murray managed to get to the ball that our keeper punched out. And I didn't want to take any risks. I wanted a 4th upgrade, so I dribbled the ball as close as I felt comfortable with, and slotted the ball away with Glenn Murray, giving us our 4th upgrade for this match, and getting Glenn Murray a hat-trick in a game that we would end up winning 5-2. Now I could have gone for goal from further out, but I didn't want to take any risks, So I got to around the edge of the box where I knew Glenn Murray wouldn't miss from and tapped the ball away. And as I said, that's how the game would end. We pick up a 5-2 win against a guy whose team we should have been beating, and we made it difficult for ourselves, but in the end we managed to get the justified result and pick up a win. And Glenn Murray gets a perfect 10 out of 10 rating for getting a hat-trick in this match. And as you can see, we've won the title in our division, and we'll now be moving up to our next division, which is brilliant just to see the progression. Like, it's been amazing. Now we go into our next match, and I was scared. This team is good. The inform Mane I just knew would cause me problems, and overall he had a very solid, full chemistry Premier League side. So I wasn't too optimistic going into this match. And Sadio Mane, as a matter of fact, is one of those players that always seems to score against me, no matter who I'm playing against. Although, the first goal of this match would fall to us, as Cherry plays the ball to Glenn Murray, who absolutely rifles the ball into the top corner, beating Shay Given, giving us our first upgrade for this match, and giving us the lead just after the half-time break, in what had been a very tough match up until this point. And I was so happy to take the lead, because I thought if this guy had any chances, he'd put them away and could easily just cancel me out of this match because of the golfing class between the two sides. But Glenn Murray, as always, came up with a response, and in fact that goal would be the decider in what would be a 1-0 win for us, giving us one upgrade for our championship side. And we get a win in our first game in the next division, getting things off to a good start, which is always nice. Now the upgrades I decided to make for the English side were Dominic Iorfa at the right back position, who replaces Ledbitter, who was the last bronze player we had in this team. We also decided to upgrade the centre back position to Gary Cahill, as I feel he's one of the more solid English centre backs that doesn't sell for as much, but he fits in well. We then decided to upgrade the cam position to Ross Barkley, because I got him for very cheap, and he's got 5-star weak foot just like Lewis Baker, so he should be very good going forward. And then we upgraded Ainsworth on the right to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And in the championship side we upgraded our centre back to Chancel Mbemba because he's got lots of pace and he just looks like an overall solid defender. Now going into this match, this guy had a very sweaty team with players like Bakambu, Inaki Williams, Maicon and Wellington Nem, and I know all of them have lots of pace, so I knew this guy would cause me some problems. And this guy would in fact take the lead in the match as he plays the ball through to Wellington Nem, and as you can tell by the celebration this guy was doing, he was one of these guys that wasn't too good at the game, but would use players with lots of pace and do annoying celebrations in the hope to make their opponents rage quit. So after that guy did that celebration, after scoring such a poor goal as he did, I knew I had to come back and beat him. I wasn't going to stand for anything else. And as I said in the last match, we always have a response, and the ball's played through to Ross Barkley, who gets kind of lucky by getting on the end of a dodgy back pass, and he puts it in the back of the net, making it 1-1 in the 27th minute, and getting us back into this match that we thoroughly deserved to be in. And after the dodgy back pass, Barkley had a very easy finish. And now look at this from Glenn Murray. He picks the ball up around the halfway line and manages to skip past everyone and then slot it away, giving us an upgrade for this match and making it 2-1, giving us in the lead in this match against this opponent who's just horrible to play against. And as always, Glenn Murray had an answer, and his finishing's incredible. You get him in those positions, he's not going to miss, and he tucks the ball away very well. And in fact, our next good chance would come from their kickoff as we win the ball back with Lewis Baker, who finds Ross Barkley, who plays a nice 1-2 with Glenn Murray. Ross Barkley ball rolls, plays it through to Glenn Murray, who strikes the ball on his weaker foot into the bottom corner of the net, giving us 2 upgrades for this match and giving us a 3-1 lead. And I was so amazed when we scored this. We won the ball back from kickoff and managed to go up his end again and make it 3-1. And Glenn Murray, doesn't matter what foot you have the ball with him on, he will tuck it away. And in fact, at this point, this guy had had enough as he decided to pause the game. And at this point, I knew what was coming. He didn't seem like the sort of guy that would make substitutions, and he rage quit. I knew this guy wasn't very good at the game, and I knew if I scored a couple of goals against him, he'd be the sort of person to rage quit. And so he did. And that's now 2 wins from 2 in the new division. And now we go into what would be the most difficult game of the episode, as this guy has a very solid, full rare gold Serie A side with dangerous players such as Felipe Anderson and Carlos Bacca. And I knew Carlos Bacca, out of all of them, would cause me the most problems because his finishing is incredible. So I knew if he got a chance, he'd score it. And actually, that's how this game would go. He whips the ball into the box, and I don't know how Bacca outjumped our defender there. Bacca had no right to win that header, but he had the leap on him to get the ball and flick it into the back of the net past our goalkeeper, giving this guy a 1-0 lead in a game that he'd been dominating up until this point, so there's no complaints. And in fact, he would make it 2-0 as Carlos Bacca smashes the ball into the back of the net in the 56th minute, and at this point I knew there was no way back for us, because this guy had been all over us, he had a better team than us, but there was still some hope, as Glenn Murray goes through on goal, his shot's deflected to Cherry, who manages to tap the ball in the back of the net with a kind of lucky finish. And actually recently the news has come out that Cherry is going to be moving to a Chinese league team, and he's one of my favourite silver players in this FIFA, and I'd recommend you pick him up on the market before they remove him from packs, as you need to try him. He's incredible. His skills and long shots are great. And unfortunately for us, the game would end 2-1 in a game that we really didn't stand a chance from the off. Like, we wouldn't stand a chance against a guy with a team like that until we picked up a few more gold players. And yeah, our team just wasn't up to the same standard as his, so he had an instant advantage and he played well. So now we go in and take a look at our progress so far in the series, and we see in 16 matches Glenn Murray scored 25 goals, which is quite outstanding actually, and got 4 assists, and for the next episode we'll have 2 upgrades to be made. So I want you to leave comments down below of any players you'd like me to upgrade to. And that's where I'm going to end it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe for more Man Like Murray on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.